What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done a video blog. It's been almost a year and a half, I think. So, really apologize for that. I'm so busy with my work and traveling with ProLab, competing, stuff like that. And since the season is over, so I'm doing a video blog today on this subject. So a bunch of people have always asked me about, how do you keep going on when things don't turn out well? So this morning, I was at the gym working out, and this past weekend was the Yorton Cup Saturday in DC, and I was part of the competition. I was one of the competitors at the show, so I competed in the lightweight class, the pro division. So as I was working out this morning, one of the guys that I talked to, he asked me a lot of questions about training and nutrition and stuff like that. So he came up to me and asked me a question about how do you keep going on after working so hard and things don't turn out the way you want them to turn out. He said, sometimes people give up. Probably most of the time people give up, and because they'll think about how hard they work and then they're not rewarded for their hard work. So he asked me this question, and I kind of took a deep breath a little bit, because I get this question asked a lot. So I told him, I said, for me, the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing, I've been doing this now for over 26 years. I don't know if most of you know about my background in Olympic weightlifting. I used to be an Olympic weightlifter before transitioning into bodybuilding. So when I got into bodybuilding, I found out real quick that there's a lot of politics, apart from the subjectiveness of the sport, because bodybuilding is highly subjective. Is the judging is based on opinions, and even though there's a criteria in place, there are still some judges, based on their own opinion, will still judge the show the way they feel they have to, in regard of the criteria in place. So for me, to answer his question, I told him, I said, love. That's it, one word, love. Because of the love I have for the sport, no matter the outcome of a competition, it's never going to stop me from doing what I want to do. It's never going to stop me from competing. It's never going to stop me from training or living the lifestyle that I live as a bodybuilder, as a natural bodybuilder. So I told him, I said, if you doing something, if you have a goal and you have a dream, if you have a passion for something, and then you don't have love for that thing. So if things don't turn out well, or if you go through adversities or obstacles while trying to do what you want to do or achieve a goal that you want to achieve, you might quit. Because, the love of doing something is what makes you keep doing that thing. And if you don't have love for it, if you're doing it just because someone told you to do it, or just because, you have another reason why you're doing it, and just because someone told you if you do this sport, it's going to make you famous, or it's going to bring you some wealth, and whatever it is, if there's no love behind it, when things don't turn out right, you are going to quit. You're going to give up. And for me, I've gone through a lot of things in life, and most people have gone through a lot of things in life, and I have people that I use as my inspiration that basically helps me realize that, the love for doing something is more than the outcome of that thing. So if you guys out there going through stuff and you feel like you put in the work, you've done everything, and you still don't get what you deserve, don't quit. Don't give up, because if you give up, there's a zero chance that you never make it, that you never get to where you were going, or that there's a zero chance that you're going to end the journey because of whatever happens to you that you felt like was not fair for those things to happen. So in order for you to keep going on this journey that you want to go, whatever the journey is, you have to wrap your love around it. Because when those things happen that you don't want to happen, or when the outcomes comes in that you don't want it to be, the love that you have is what's going to get you through. Because I've had friends over the years that used to compete in bodybuilding, and they will compete and go to competitions, and they'll feel like they didn't get what they deserve, the outcome of the show, the judging or the placement of the show. They get mad, they get sad, they get angry, they're unhappy, and along the way they just give it up, and they'll look at me and say, "Why are you still doing it? We gave it up." I'm like, "Why not?" Look at all the opportunities that I've come around just competing. For me, it's not about winning or losing. For me, it's about being better than that guy that I was yesterday, being better than that guy that I was last year, being better than that guy that I was last month. The outcome of the competition is just an outcome. There's always another show coming. There's always another competition coming. So you cannot wrap up your feelings and your emotions, around this one competition that you felt like that the judges didn't judge you right, or maybe you felt like you should have placed higher and you didn't. So be it. Go back on the drawing board. Because at the end of the day, you are doing it because you love it. And the judges are going to judge you. They're going to write down their opinion on that piece of paper. That doesn't define who you are. A piece of paper or placement or medal around your neck doesn't define who you are. You know what defines who you are? You keep doing what you feel you want to do to help you achieve your dreams and your goal. It's all about the journey. Because for me, there's no destination. The more I keep doing it, and I feel like the better I'm going to be. Because I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of doing. A piece of paper or metal around my neck doesn't really define who I am. So please, if you're going through a tough time out there, if you're going through something that you feel like wasn't fair, please don't give up. Don't stop. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to recycle your pain. It hurts. Don't get me wrong. It hurts when you feel like you need to be rewarded, according to your hard work. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. So if you hurt, if you're feeling pain, I want you to recycle that pain. What I mean by that is take that pain back to the drawing board. Go back to the gym. Work hard. Keep doing what you feel like you want to do to help you keep growing you as a human being. Because at the end of the day, the experience that we acquire along the way is what evolves us as human beings. So sometimes you have to check your feelings. Put your feelings aside. Just keep wrapping the love that you say you have for what you're doing in the first place before you got into it. Because that love is what's going to see you through. Anyway, that's my take on that. So you guys, let me hear what you have to say. Put some comments below. If you have any questions about what I've talked about, you can ask me any question. I'll be glad to help you out. Moji Oluwa, signing out.